nowadays, please, atheists are like a dime a dozen on YouTube. And, you know, not to knock them or anything like that. I'm not knocking at all. I'm just saying that these days it isn't hard to find somebody calling out bullshit when they see it. You know, whether, you know, and no offense to any Christians watching this saying that you guys say bullshit too. Yeah, we got a couple of idiots in the atheist fold. But by and large, and I know you're not going to agree with this, but let's be honest, most of what you guys say on YouTube, especially when you start talking about creationist stuff, or when you start talking about how other groups except for Christians are evil, it's ridiculous, and they're calling you out for it, and more people are beginning not to take it anymore. So more and more people are popping up. Unfortunately, this means that the Amazing Atheist isn't as relevant anymore. Well, I shouldn't say he isn't relevant, it's just more he's not unique anymore. So if he's going to be keeping up the entertainment value, and the entertainment value of his videos is more with shock value, then he has to get more and more outrageous and more just like in your face, or like, you know, completely destroying idiots on YouTube, or just being completely crazy with whatever gag videos he pops out with. Hence some of the videos we've seen from him recently, like when that unfortunate incident happened with Tony. Tony, I forget the numbers behind his name, but you know what I'm talking about. That guy who shot that poor woman and then blasted his own self, you know, killed himself. He and some other dude, crazy, I cannot remember that guy's name. Craziest thing, I put out that video, Venom Fang X Murderer Approved, which pissed off quite a few people. And many people thought it was mean-spirited. And TJ put out a video basically explaining the reason for it, and it summed up to one word: entertainment. That's why it was put out. Shock value. I mean, he says it in his video. He and that other dude discussed it. Said that, you know what, as an entertainer, this is a opportunity that you can't pass up. You should put this out there, you know. And since that other dude is that guy is even more into putting out shock videos than TJ is, he was like, yeah, let me do that, you know, and jumped over and did it, and you got the outcry. But it was done for shock value's sake, you know. I mean, yeah, TJ's saying that there was some other message behind it, and yeah, there was some other message behind it, but if it was really all about putting out that message, then that video could have been put out a different way. It wasn't. This was done for shock value. And again, if you're watching this, man, you want to disagree with that, that's fine. I don't know what 100% of what goes on in your head, and I don't claim to, but I'm just, from what it looks like to me, and from what I've seen consistently so far with the type of shit that you like putting out, it was done for entertainment and shock value first. The other message second. Not saying that you didn't have another message in there, but that wasn't the primary reason. And I think that if you're honest, I could be proven wrong, but I'm thinking, to be honest with yourself, that's what it was. Now, again, where am I going with this? Saying that he puts out videos for shock value. Well, again, this latest video where he comes out and basically says, look, this whole thing is a farce, this is bullshit and all that. Again, it was done to put a bit of a zinger in things, to lighten, you know, bring out the fireworks, cause explosions. And it's not just for entertainment's sake, even though he is doing it for entertainment, but quite frankly, he likes conflict. And he has said so. He has said a couple of times already that he doesn't think YouTube should be a place where people just are like all happy, lovey-dovey and get along. He likes the conflict. He likes the discourse. He likes heads bashing. And it isn't just because of his own amusement, it's also because he personally thinks that's the only way that any ideas are really shared. He thinks that progress is through conflict. And he also, and he said this quite clearly already, and if you haven't gotten it yet, you should have gotten it from his latest video. To him, there is no reconciliation whatsoever with fundamentalists. None. Because to him, anyone who claims to be a fundamentalist is somebody who, when encountering someone who does not share the same beliefs that they do, that other group of people must be stamped out, or oppressed, or controlled in some way. And as TJ is flatly against any of that shit, to him there is no reconciliation. There is no way to shake hands with these people and find common ground. To him it's like, nah, you're my fucking enemy. And no matter how much you're going to try to say later on, oh, I do respect you, as long as you hold on to those type of beliefs, you're still my fucking enemy, because at the end of the day, you're still going to try to stab me in the back and try to stamp out my freedoms, and we can't meet in the middle. Now, that's the way he is. This is why he put out those videos that he put out. Okay? Now we'll get back to him in a moment. And I want to go on to Richard for a bit. Richard Coughlan666 is also an entertainer. Hell, it says comedian on his freaking channel. And he is a comedian. In fact, I think that's what he does for a living. Or at least that's one of the things that he does. He is a stand-up comedian. And a funny dude, too. So, let's not have any pretense that many of the videos he puts up isn't for entertainment value as well. Okay? So anybody out there is trying to elevate Richard above the Amazing Atheist somehow, said that, well, the Amazing Atheist is just, you know, just some guy seeking attention, and Richard's not seeking attention at all. He's about to, fuck you. You honestly haven't been paying attention, okay? And this is no, again, Richard, if you're watching this is no disrespect towards you. I'm subbed to both of you guys, and I like both of you guys, but I'm calling it as I see it. And I honestly don't think you're gonna find offense, because I'm only telling the truth. I'm only telling what I see as the truth here. You're an entertainer. This is not subtracting from you. I'm just saying you're an entertainer. Now, you also happen to be an entertainer who seems to be genuinely concerned with how people are interacting with each other. Otherwise, I don't think you would have done what you did last month. Because if you really wanted to, you could have just treated Jerre as any other fundamentalist that you've been dealing with. And I've seen some of your videos where you've been dealing with fundamentalists, and you don't hold back. You let them happen, you know, with your typical wit. But in this case, you were like, you know what, I'm tired of this shit. Let me go on with something else. And from what I saw, the bit that I've seen, it looked like what you were trying to do was get Jerre, and even a part of yourself, kind of like to separate your beliefs from the people. Because to you, it seemed like you were trying to show him with these different questions you were asking each other. You're basically trying to say, look, we are more than whatever our labels say we are. We are more than our beliefs. Our beliefs may say X, Y, and Z, but it doesn't necessarily mean we are X, Y, and Z. There is somebody else behind these ideals. There's the type of person who likes a type of music. There's the type of person who likes a particular type of book. What type of movies you like watching. You know, what causes you to smile. You were more interested in that sort of shit. And so this is what you were trying to bring out. And I was getting the impression that you were hoping that by getting him to see that about himself and about you, that he'd be able to open up to see that with other people. That's what I saw, okay? Now, what TJ was saying, however, about it being mostly you giving him questions and him not having any input on this, does concern me a little. I don't necessarily think you were trying to manipulate the dude, but I do need to know if Jerre had input on, you know, any of the discourse you guys had. I do distinctly remember you saying that he was going to ask you a certain set of questions and that you had to do certain things, and I think you did do that. But I want to know for sure that it wasn't all just you dictating the scenes, as TJ is claiming. But I really don't think that you did this out of malicious intent as he's claiming. But again, I need to see your response to TJ. Not that you have to, I'm just saying that I will know for sure just how you respond to him with these accusations and how you say it. It's hard for me to explain. And I've yapped enough on this already. Ultimately, this is what I'm seeing between the both of you. It's Richard basically saying that, look, we gotta just stop constantly fighting each other over the same bullshit, because we're never gonna reconcile. Atheists are always gonna say there is no God. Christians are always gonna say there is a God. And if all we do is constantly keep talking to each other on that particular line and on nothing else, then we're always gonna be at each other's throats. That's a valid point. TJ saying, however, that some of the beliefs that they have make them feel that they have to step on us and fuck up our lives is also a valid point, though. This is why I'm saying it's a complicated issue for me, because I can see both sides of the argument here. And then we get to Jerre.